Oh snap, Glaze is going live.
So what part and how you became involved with raising, Dion?
Oh, well, so raising Dion, that was, I'd already been working for years at that point. And, that was based on a comic book created by Dennis Liu. He made a comic and a short film, really a trailer for the idea of it. And Carol Barbie adapted it. It was produced by Macro, Michael B. Jordan's company, and it was at Netflix. And they had this great script, and they were looking for someone to direct the pilot.
Wow.
I was thankfully at that point at a place where I was invited into that conversation as one of the potential directors of the pilot, and presented my vision for what the show could be, how I would shoot it. You know what I mean? Not just like how to shoot it photographically, but like what the tone of it was, and what the spirit of the story was, why it resonated so much with me. And they liked what I had to say. So then it was, I got the opportunity to direct the pilot, and that's how I became part of it.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
And that's powerful, man. You know what? Like I said, I want to ask you a question. Like, for example, have you got any young boys or young girls, that's out there, or anybody that's out there going through a midlife crisis, and like having a general idea they need some type of change? Like, how would anybody get into becoming a director or get into the film industry?
There's a lot of ways. The first thing I always say to directors specifically who want to direct, the first way or the most important thing that you have to do to become a director is you have to direct, right? You have to direct. So whether it's a short film that you wrote, a 30-second trailer, what have you, you have to start making the thing that you want to do. You just have to do it. And then the other thing that I'd say is to do that well, right? You need to immerse yourself in the craft. You need to watch films, you need to study films, you need to read books about filmmaking, you need to, I went to film school route, I went to a formal film school, and I would always encourage anybody that can do that to do that, because it is, for me, it was probably as an academic, my most satisfying academic journey. And it's hard to call it that because it was so physical, right? But there are programs, I know here in Georgia there are, I don't know the name of the program offhand, but you just need to dig in, and the internet is there. You can go to Google, search for film programs, fellowships, grants, whatever. It's going to give you the opportunity to train and make film, for the directors. And then for everybody else, and the other thing I should say is, if you don't know exactly what role you want to have, there's so many careers, there's so many artists that work in collaboration in the filmmaking process. You know what I mean? Director of photography, costume designer, production designer, prop man.